Hello friends, I'm here to tell you about a very exciting dominations weekend. Our alliance Encore played number 3 ranked in the world, played the first Dynasty, number 4 ranked in the world. I'll tell you a little bit more about the matchup, but let's go right into the first battle. We see my first target is a atomic age, of course, with a forbidden city and pretty high walls. Several ways to attack this. Your Acropolis is very far on the left, so you're tempted to come from the left, which is also what I eventually decided to do. The stronghold is on the top right, and you will see that we have to take care of the Forbidden City as well, of course. So here my plan was to actually quite a lot of planning going into this attack. So I start with my transport and then get my mercenaries out, and I will have my howitzers on the right and all my shooters on the right, so that I can take the general immediately. I do not deploy my healing cards here because you see those two sniper towers that would take care of those immediately. Here a betrayal that takes a heavy tank and 2 regular tanks, so that's very strong. Now that this one sniper tower is sabotaged and the other one will be killed soon, I can drop my healing cards. So that should get the town center. And here you see that I take my general on the right and then I betray the second heavy tank to get the Forbidden City. So I think this is one of the design flaws of this base that I exposed here, and worked out very nicely for me. Now this is a very important war, very important attack. So I drop a card on the top left, which may or may not have been necessary, but this was certainly not the war to gamble, because this attack is still not over. We have a few more things to go. So first of all, the sabotage here hits exactly before the bunker spawns and also hits the castle, so that's very important. This leaves us with 2 more sabotages. One is for the other mortar, and then we certainly need one for the stronghold. So yeah, you can see cleaning up on all sides, and the howitz is nicely in the middle, and I'm not getting attacked because there's no more troops for that. And now I'm getting close enough to the stronghold that I can actually start to target that, have my last sabotage on it, and get the transport on it as well, just to make sure. So at this point it's sort of like lots of now the battle is certainly over. I'm just checking for the corners here, and I will use this free card that we get. Obviously not needed in this attack, but I wanted to see how well they're doing because I haven't tested them before. So and there's actually a lot of people in there, which I didn't quite realize. So yeah, again, the one card on the top left was certainly most likely unnecessary. Just cleaned up some buildings. Could have used the free card for that, or even just the general would have been enough and had enough surviving in the center. But the beginning of the attack was actually very important to do things in the right order. Again, drop your army on the left, do not use the healing cards, wait until you can rally, and then betray the heavy tank to kill its own Forbidden City. I think that was overall a very nice executed attack. Felt pretty good about it. So to come back to the war a bit, it was an exciting weekend because number 3 played against 4, that's us, but also at the same time number 1 played against number 2. So we knew that the winner of this war would move into the second spot, which is pretty exciting. And we see that, yeah, battles are pretty neck to neck. So here we come to my second attack. On a base set is actually much stronger. I have a similar composition, only one betrayal here, but 5 sabotages, because here the stronghold is much better placed. You see it in the center here. We also have a Forbidden City, and my plan is to go to a spot where I can hit all of these 3 buildings, namely to come from the right, as you will see. Again, we have all 4 atomic age tank depots, and also max bunkers. But not everything is max in this base. Also, the walls are not as super high. So my plan is to come from here and then get into the cell from where I can hit Town Center and Forbidden City and Stronghold. So drop everything here with a wall breaker, get into that Acropolis cell. Here I dropped the free card to begin with. So for now the start is pretty good. Also have my healers in there now. And now I have to make sure that everything stays sabotaged. I'm right where I want to be now. But this mortar on the bottom hits me a bit too often. I should have probably sabotaged that. But I really had to focus on the stronghold and the town center being locked down. So now, because my howies are still not focusing the stronghold, I had to use another sabotage on it. Yeah, so this is not going too well. I already lost like a lot of shooters and I'm down a couple of howitzers. So I dropped the extra card on the APCs and I wanted them to go into the same cell as the Acropolis cell, but they went another way. And right around this point, I finally get the quick victory, which was like just actually a bit scary for a second. In here, I probably should have rallied back into one space. My army is really spread out. I'm losing howitzers on the top to random traps, and yeah, also my APC card is really getting smashed because I cannot get through the walls quickly enough. And now I still have a lot of base left, so I was really scared at this point that I would not actually make it. There's a lot of tanks still coming at me. A lot of resistance tanks also, and there's like 4 or 5 tanks in the middle there. So I dropped another card just to be safe. And I think this may have actually been necessary. Now I have to plan this out. So my last sabotage is also gone, so I need to make sure that the castle goes down. Don't have any more tactics. I still have a few more cards to be safe, so this will certainly be a 5-star. The question is how much I need to pay for it. And now I have, yeah, all on the top you see that my APC card didn't actually do anything other than like get rid of a few small buildings. And I don't have any howitzers left as well. But there's luckily only one more cell that I have to take care of, and still a minute left, so that's in the clear. What my plan is now is to get rid of all the last air defense here with my last rally on the tower. So now I have my plane. I know it will survive and it can take care of all the resistance tanks that I need. And another nice side effect is that the factory on the top is the last building, so I don't even have to fight the heavy tank for that. Yeah, so overall I was pretty scared in the middle of this attack that it wouldn't be sufficient. I mean, I still had more cards to go, and I'm pretty sure that this one, unlike the first attack, would not have been 5-star without the card. So overall, yeah, I was a bit surprised that I had so much trouble on this base. I think something must have gone wrong right after the first rally, where I'm getting hit a bit too much. And overall, it's just a strong base. Yeah, so this war, as I said, was like extremely exciting, and I'm pretty sure I can say that for both sides. It was neck to neck all the way for the full day. A lot of planning on our side and on their side went into it, and in fact also a lot of strongholds were filled in this war, which just made the attacking so much harder because you actually have to make sure it stays sabotaged all the time, or you will lose the war. So here, halfway through, I would say you can arguably a little bit ahead. We have a better ratio of 5 stars, but in the end, and I missed the last few hours of the war, so I can't really, yeah. So I could only people told me what happened. So it turns out we have 124 to 124. So each side had one base left to 5-star, and they had one. We had one attack each left. They go in, they increase their score a little bit, but don't 5-star it. We go in and we have a crash to not actually get the 5 stars. So both sides had crashes, and I think you can safely say that it was if it wasn't for that, it would have been a stalemate. But overall, this was a fantastic war. I had a lot of fun with this, even though we lost. Thanks to First Dynasty for putting up and making a good fight.